Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Damson Kile. I'm a diasporian based in the United States, and also I'm a diaspora leader. It's my great honor today that we celebrate the Diaspora Day, one of its own kind, and to the extent that we are not just going to celebrate the significant contribution of the Kenyan diaspora they've done in the country, as well as the unwavering commitment of the State Department for Diaspora, but also recognize those who have been before us, because the journey for the diaspora did not start today or 2 years ago. It has been there since the inception of the Republic of Kenya. Many Kenyans in the diaspora, many young people in the Middle East who are Kenyan citizens, they have lost their lives, and it is good to recognize them on this particular day as we celebrate the Diaspora Day. They have contributed their part, and us being here today, we not only recognize their significant contribution, but also recognize them for what they have done for our country. On that, I will also want the 2010 Constitution was a significant milestone for the Kenyan diaspora. It gave us the dual citizenship. Though we got the dual citizenship, there are still some barriers to all this benefit that we got through the Constitution. And it is great that on this particular Diaspora Day, we recognize some of those issues, not recognize, but, and to ensure that this Constitution 2010 has been achieved is now through the State Department for Diaspora Affairs. If you look at the mandate the State Department Diaspora Affairs focuses on, it actually embolds what the 2010 Constitution says when it comes to the Kenyan diaspora. We ask that on this particular day, the stakeholders who are participating in this forum today recognizes the diaspora that there are issues that need to be fixed as soon as possible. One of the things is the one of the things that needs to be looked at is the democratic participation of the Kenyan diaspora in the country. Today, we don't have representation in Parliament, in the Senate, in our counties, something the Kenyan diaspora will want to participate. And the reason being, Kenyan diaspora contribute a lot. Today, as you check the Central Bank of Kenya, 650 billion Kenyan shillings is being remitted in the country. This is more than tea, tourism, coffee. So this contribution should mean something in the country. And it is a clarion call from the Kenya diaspora across that they get representation in both in the parliament and also our counties. We also need to recognize that the State Department has been playing part of what they can do. And something we can really say the State Department has been doing significantly is the dialogue. There has been great engagement between the government and the Kenyan diaspora. PS Roslyn Jogu has made steps to have high-level meetings in the diaspora, of which His Excellency the President has attended. She has also attended on her own meetings in the diaspora, setting up webinars, and also the team from the State Department for Diaspora engaging the various stakeholders, including the Central Bank of Kenya, the Kenya Revenue Authority, among other agencies, so that they can actually engage the diaspora. However, this should be done more, because now we have the State Department. We should have a more robust engagement. And something that we were pushing for is the public participation when it comes to legislation. That is something that has been missing, and the Kenya diaspora feel that they should be engaged in this. But overall, I would say the State Department has been doing wonderful work. Though we are quite aware they've been under-resourced, so resource has been an issue, and we are calling upon the Parliament to allocate more resources to the State Department, because they don't just represent a small portion of Kenyans. There are more than 4 million Kenyans in the diaspora. So having schemic a resource to actualize their programs, it's something Kenya diaspora, they will feel they are much involved. There are many seminars, conferences, and other engagements we'll want the State Department officials to participate in, and it comes to a resource issue. So we are asking that partners and the Parliament should work on that and resource the State Department, so that the journeys and the stories of many Kenyans who live abroad can be shared widely and globally. Just to finish, I want to mention that Kenya diaspora plays a huge role in African Union and in the continent, and shaping the Kenyan diaspora as the way things are going. We are the ones leading the whole continent. It's my plea that we don't stop. We uphold and support the Kenyan diaspora through the State Department and the associations in the Kenyan diaspora, so they can play a huge role in shaping the African Union. So thank you so much. It's my great honor to celebrate with you on this significant day, Diaspora Day, and thank you, and thank you so much. God bless you.
Hello, Jambo in Swahili, Sia in Hungarian. My name is Vivian Cherono. I'm born and raised in Nandi County, and I'm currently pursuing my PhD in supply chain management at the Hungarian University of Agriculture and Life Sciences in Hungary. I am a beneficiary of the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship that is offered annually to students or to Kenyan students, and I came here in September 2023, and now 1 year down the line. And before coming here, I was a high school teacher, and I have been teaching for over 13 years under the Teacher Service Commission. And I'm also a politician. In the year 2022, I was privileged to run for the senatorial seat in Nandi County under the UDA ticket, and I believe my victory was postponed. We shall pick up from where we left soon. Secondly, I want to give us a brief experience of what life has been here in Hungary for the last 1 year. And first of all, in Hungary, there's a real culture shock in terms of their language. Hungarian language is one of the hardest languages in the globe, and funny enough, every Hungarian really speaks English, but very, very little English. Some even don't understand or don't know English, and life is just normal. So to survive here, you have to learn some few terms on the language, and I'm happy to say 1 year down the line, I can understand, or I can speak a few Hungarian terms, and I can say this is something positive, and it has added, I can say, one feather in my cap, and in my CV, I can say I have one foreign language, is the Hungarian. So, but anyway, just to say that coming to Hungary really got me into a very serious culture shock in terms of the language, in terms of how people run their affairs here. Here, everyone minds their own business, and there's this is a bit of loneliness, because in Kenya you are used to family, you are used to friends. Whenever you're bored, you run to your neighbor and start making stories. Here you can't do that. So when I came here, I really had to work on my social life and how to put myself together, because it really took a toll on me, especially the loneliness part of it. And having separated from my family also became quite difficult. But I thank God that 1 year down the line, I've been able to manage and survive through. And this is the same for every student, everyone, every Kenyan that is here in Hungary. People are fighting mental health issues, loneliness, and the weather. The weather changes here. The weather is like quite extremely harsh, because they have the coldest winters and also the hottest summers. So we are currently in winter, and it is very cold. It goes to as low as -4 at times. There is snow, and one thing I can say is that it is when I came here to Hungary, it was my first time to see snow. So I can say that the experience of being in Hungary has been one of its own, because one, this is a village girl that has come abroad. It was my first time to get into the plane. When I arrived here, Budapest, I have never traveled to any country, and I've never seen snow. And there's so much that was everything here is still almost my first time. And here, as a beneficiary of the scholarship, I've been I've been given the Schengen visa and the residence permit, and I am able to access 28 European countries. And by now I've traveled to almost 5 countries. I've been to Germany, I've been to Belgium, I've been to Austria, I've been to Italy, and God willing, before the end of the year, I'll also try and travel to one of the countries. So I can say that this opportunity is a lifetime opportunity, and I really appreciate whoever played a role in awarding me this scholarship. I don't take it for granted, and I'll take this as the opportunity to give back to my community in one way or the other. And as we speak, we have almost over 2,000 Kenyans here, and the numbers are really growing every time, because on a yearly basis we are almost 200 students that come to Hungary through the Stipendium Hungarican scholarship. And apart from there, we have the FAO scholarship, we have the Erasmus scholarship, and we have the Christian Young People scholarship, and then we have the students that come in under their own means, self-sponsored. So we can see that the numbers of Kenyans in Hungary is really growing, and it is really encouraging, because here in Hungary also, the Kenyans have really portrayed a very good image to the Hungarian government, as we are some of the most hardworking people here. It's like we're really boosting the economy, and I think that is one way in which it has motivated them to always give us the highest number of slots. I don't think there's any country that is given such a big number of slots for the scholarships apart from Kenya. And I want to say thank you so much to our country because of this opportunity. We don't take it for granted, and we will always give back to the community and hold the hand of the others. And I want to say that there's so much that I have seen, and I'm learning from the Hungarian government and from other countries that I've traveled to. And to be specific, here in Hungary, this is one of the most organized countries that someone can live in. They are so organized, from their transport system, their education system, everything here is so organized. And as the diaspora department, I would really encourage that we seek ways of collaborating with this government so that we can have skills and technology transfer. There's so much we can learn from here. There's the film industry. The film industry has given has employed so many Hungarians here. We have many movie makers coming to Hungary to shoot their movies here because it is one of the cheapest, and it has a lot of the country government has invested in the film infrastructure. We have the halls, we have the machinery, everything in place. So this is one of the countries that Kenya can tap into so that we can find a way of employing, of tapping into our youth's energy and their creativity. There's also the agricultural sector, which is highly mechanized, like their dairy farming. I visited one of the dairy farms and they have a milking robot. So I was like, this is something that we can take it back home. And there is also their education system. Their education system is the CBC, the one that is we are now, the new education system that is in Kenya is the one that is really has been here for ages. So it is working. The CBC is really working, and here there's a lot. As a teacher, I've been able to visit a few schools, and I can say that we can pick a leaf from here and transfer it to our education system in Kenya, and things will be good. So let's consider collaborating, and I want to appreciate the Department of the Diaspora Affairs for really working hard in ensuring that the Kenyans in the diaspora have been reached out to. In the course of this year, we had the staff from the diaspora department coming to Budapest, and we interacted. We met with our PS, Madam Njogu. We also had people from Kenyans who had issues with their IDs, they were sorted, and so many other issues that were looked into, and we were so happy, and we really would encourage that we have many of these, at least quarterly, and at least as Kenyans, we would really appreciate that, because we are really in need of such services. And I want also to appreciate our ambassador, Wanjohi. We had a meeting with her as we have the Kenyan Association in Hungary, KAHU, which is a new association that we co-founded in the course of this year, because we did not have an umbrella body here so far. So when I arrived, I saw the gap, and I mobilized my fellow Kenyans, and we came up with the idea of the association, and we reached out to our ambassador Wanjohi, and she was so helpful. She even organized a virtual meeting, and she motivated us. I also reached out to our ambassador in Vienna, Makolo, and he really supported us. And I want to say that thank you so much because of the support that we are getting. But I would really request that you extend your support, more support to grow this association in terms of registration, in terms of supporting initiatives, because the main agenda for this association is to bring Kenyans together, because that's the only way in which we can meet and share challenges and have fun, and at least feel at home, and get to relieve the pressure that life gives us here in the diaspora. So I want to request that you support us in one way or the other, so that KAHU can be recognized in our government and also in Hungary, and in one way or the other we can reach out to various investors and bring projects back home. That is our main agenda, to drive investment or investors to come to Kenya and improve our economy, help in pushing the government agendas like the housing program and the medical schemes and all those. So there are so many challenges that our country is going through, and through partnership, through collaboration with the international friends, we can do so much. So I want to say thank you so much for this opportunity, and let us engage the diaspora, because this is a formidable front that you can count on to stand in for the government, to always represent our government. We promise that we'll always be loyal and patriots and stand in for our government, because that Kenya is all we have. We have no other home. Even if we go wherever, home is still home. So thank you. And there's a lot we can share in terms of speaking about Hungary. So in case you need anything that relates to the Hungarian scholarships or whatever is happening in Hungary, kindly reach out through the diaspora, and we will get to know and give our feedback or assist in one way or the other. May God bless you as you celebrate this day, and you have our support. God bless you. Thank you so much. Kusonom Sepen. That is saying thank you in Hungarian. Asanteni sana.